Hey everybody, Vaughn here with the Vonster vlog, and welcome to day 51, I think, oh gosh, of a year of yoga. Welcome, thank you so much for joining me here today. We are going to be starting just at the head of our mat. Actually, let's kind of be a little bit more in the middle of our mat today, just honestly, just so I don't hit stuff behind me. And we are going to be inhaling, bringing our arms up and around the back as we exhale, and then inhale forward and up, and exhale down. You can even get your knees involved. And maybe even a little bit of a back bend. Maybe start small and then build your way up into it. Into a much bigger, more expansive circle. And then we can change directions. Inhaling as we come up and around from the back, and then exhaling through the front. A couple more here. Moving nice and slow and almost generating our own resistance as though we are moving through honey or thick salt water. I know that those are two very different things, by the way, but it's just whatever you want to visualize. As we inhale and exhale, fold forward, coming down to the mat, to our blocks, or to a chair or a bench. Extending and trying to grow through the top of our head, keeping our spine nice and straight and engaged. And then slowly controlled, hunch over, really getting a nice stretch to the back. If you can't find ease of breath, try to make some. Encourage very, very deep breaths, just letting your body know that it's okay to be here. And now let's actually scoot your feet a little wide. About the width of my mat is where I'm at right now. And then I'm going to just squat down and shift side to side in garland pose or deep yogi squat or whatever you want to call it. And you could put a block or two under your booty to help support this. Now I'm just extending again through the top of my head, but also reaching my arms out forward in front of me before bringing my hands to a prayer position in front of my heart. And then we can tuck our elbows onto our knees and actually push that a little wider. Let's just take a few breaths here, experiencing the stillness before we bring our fingertips to the mat, and then controlled, bring our booty up, straighten our feet out, and then rolling up one vertebrae at a time, back to our standing pose. Now I'm going to be stepping forward with my right foot and back with my left into a high lunge, really tucking my pelvis, stretching my left hip flexor. Inhale, to exhale, reaching overhead. Maybe adding a little bit of a back bend if that's comfortable for you. And let's do a little bit of a twist today. So I'm going to bring my palms in front of me, in front of my heart, and then twist into, if my right leg's in the front, I'm twisting to the right. And you could keep your hands in prayer, or you could extend your arms out. Oh, that's challenging. And come back up. Whoop. Almost fall over, but that's okay. I'm going to bring my left knee to the ground and come into a low lizard. So I've got my back knee on the ground, just stretching that front leg open out to the side before I push back. Rounding up onto my right heel, Even reaching across and grabbing onto the outside of my foot with my left hand to get a nice deep stretch into that hamstring. There we go. I'm going to bring my right foot across my body and then settle forward into pigeon. You could use blocks to bring the ground up to your hands or to support underneath your right booty cheek. We're going to stay upright for just a few breaths before lowering over our leg. Really getting a nice deep stretch into that outer thigh, the outside of our glute. And let's wiggle our toes. Sometimes I get so caught up in what I'm stretching that I forget that the rest of me exists, which sometimes can be a nice thing, but it's also really nice to make sure that you cue awareness through your body. Now from here, I'm going to place my hands onto the mat. I'm coming forward just a little bit to get my left toes tucked under. I'm going to inhale and exhale, come into downward facing dog. Or you could baby step it and come into tabletop, kind of inch your way there. But I'm gonna try to challenge myself today. Inhale and exhale into downward facing dog. And I realize the microphone is like right next to my face right now. Sorry. I'm just finding a nice sway side to side. Maybe walk our knees out. Before finding a moment of stillness here. Making sure we're releasing the tension in our neck and shoulders. And from here, you can actually walk your hands back until you find yourself in a forward fold again, where we will bend our knees and roll up one vertebrae at a time. Oh, that's nice. And now let's do that same thing on the other side. So stepping my left foot forward, my right leg back, trying to make sure that my knee is traveling safely over the center of my foot. We can tuck our pelvis, really stretch into that front hip flexor. Inhale up, raising our arms, not bunching our shoulders around our neck and ears, but keeping space there. Maybe even a little bit of a back bend. Bring your hands to your heart, and you can start to twist. And you can keep your hands there, or you can extend them out. A few breaths here before we come back. There we go. And then bringing our hands to the mat without falling this time. Good job, us. Unless you did fall, in which case, good job, you too. Gravity works hard, y'all. Let's lower our right knee into a low lizard. Taking a few breaths here. Before we extend back, stretching that hamstring, maybe reaching across your body, holding on to the outside of your left foot with your right hand. And then from here, I'm going to bring my foot across me to come into pigeon and lowering myself over my left calf. I'm going to take a few breaths here in the upright position. Before I lower my before lowering myself, my elbows, there we go, to the mat or to some blocks. just wherever you're at today. Taking a few peaceful, deep breaths. And let's wiggle our toes. I find it adds an extra element of deeper stretch in this posture for me whenever I look forward, instead of just looking at the ground. And now from here, I'm going to try to replicate what we did on the other side. So I'm bringing my hands up, and I'm tucking my toes under on the right, and I'm going to inhale and exhale into downward facing dog again. Just spend a few breaths here, really getting a nice rocking side to side. Before I actually want to undulate the way we do in cat-cow, curling my spine down into plank for just a breath before I lower my knees and come into cobra. I'm actually going to lower down the rest of the way and then bring myself back up into cobra, making sure that I am using my back muscles to engage that movement and not just pushing with my arms. And from here, we can actually, let's bring our heels together and kind of pulse them towards our booty. 4 and 5. And I'm going to lower down nice and slow. Just put my arms out in front of me. And I actually I'm going to bend my right leg, flexing my foot so that it's facing the ceiling. And I'm going to lift just that leg. I'm supporting through my elbows and through my left toes that are curled under. So inhale and exhaling. You don't have to be lifting far, but just enough to really engage and be aware that, ooh, there's muscles there. And then lower it. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. One more. I lost count. It was either 4 or 5. We're shooting for 5. So hopefully if you're better at counting than me, then do however many you like. Okay, so prepping myself up for the other side. I'm keeping my right toes curled under. Going to bend my left leg, feet flexed towards the ceiling. And I want to be pushing as though I am pushing the ceiling up and away from me. So exhaling, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. 2 more. There we go, you guys. I'm now going to put my hands on the ground below my shoulders. Actually, on either side of my chest, really. It's a little lower than my shoulders. Inhale and pushing up and back through tabletop into child's pose. Before we roll it back up, let's do some super juicy cat-cows. Inhale and exhale through the movement. Scooping as we inhale up into cow. And then exhaling, squeezing out every last drop of our breath in cat. Now from here, I'm going to tuck my toes in under me, kind of walk my fingertips up my mat and then my legs, So I come here and I want to do a little bit. This is quite painful for me. This is very challenging. Like it's not, it's uncomfortable, but it's not like pain. So honor your body. You know what's happening with you more than anything. And if any, you may do just one side and then another, or you may be right here, which this is actually much more comfortable for me. But I'm just trying to get a nice stretch through my feet. We got to start somewhere. I'm currently actually considering, I'm going to just shift around into cobbler's pose here. Actually, I'm just going to do easy. No, I want to do cobbler's pose. You just do easy pose if you want, but I really like cobbler's pose. It feels so good on my lower back and like stretching my thighs and stuff. But I'm considering starting a barefoot shoe journey because with the way that our house is, well, we process glass downstairs for our main business. For those of y'all, I think everybody who's watching right now is from my main channel, which, hey guys, but just in case anybody stumbles through here just for my yoga and you don't know about my main channel, but we make a whole bunch of fused glass cabochons and different art pieces and stuff. And so there's like broken glass, just little fragments of it down in the main part of the house, and as well as we have very old floors. And while I'm chatting with y'all, we're just going to be doing some side stretching, like leaning side to side. But and the floors desperately need sanded and resealed or something, because it's like if you walk around in fluffy socks or in bare flesh, you will get splinters, like sizable splinters stuck in you. So we can't really go like barefoot in our house. But I really want to start getting, building up my foot strength. And I feel like the shoes that I wear are doing more harm than good. The good that they're doing is keeping me from getting like glass and splinters, which is very nice. But I'd like to be able to keep my feet healthy. And I'm very interested. Like I've been watching some videos about it and reading some articles and stuff. And I think I want to try it out. If any of y'all have experience with like minimalist shoes or barefoot shoes, or I don't know, then let me know your thoughts or maybe experiences down below, because I do love hearing from you guys. Some people may be like, oh my god, that's so sad, but it's like, this is my social life is hanging out with y'all, so I love hearing from you so much, and I don't think it's sad at all. I have the coolest friends here on YouTube, so like, I don't know about y'all, but it's like there aren't a whole lot of crafty people in my town, at least not who leave their houses to socialize out in public. So I get to socialize with all of my friends while we craft online. So I've gotten to meet so many interesting and talented individuals. And I'm just pulling that taffy in my lower back. Saying hey to my toe beans. Kind of spreading my toes and crunching my toes, and spreading my toes and crunching my toes. Spread one and crunch the other, and spread one and crunch the other. Spread one and crunch the other, spread one and crunch the other. And spread them both. Ooh, yeah. Just getting a little bit of yoga for the feet before we come back up. And I'm going to throw in just a couple of juicy neck circles one way, and then the other. Oh my goodness. Thank you guys so much for coming and joining me here today. Also, I'm thinking about doing some hula hooping videos. Let me know what you guys think, or if you're interested in maybe incorporating some hoop dance and poi into our yoga sessions, because that would be amazing. But until next time, you guys, have an awesome day and keep on keeping on. Bye.